United States Congresswoman Lauren Boebert was kicked out of a performance of Beetlejuice the Musical on Sunday after causing a major disturbance during the show. Security footage from the event was obtained by Denver's 9 News, which unfortunately we can't show you due to copyright concerns. However, here are some screenshots that show the Congresswoman and her male partner essentially being escorted out of the building during the show. Now, what led to this issue? Apparently, in an incident report shared with the Denver Post on Tuesday afternoon, officials with Denver Arts and Venues wrote that 2 patrons were asked to leave the city-owned Well Theater during the performance of the touring Broadway show. They previously were issued a warning during the intermission regarding behavior that prompted 3 complaints from other theater goers. So what were they doing exactly? Well, other theater goers were complaining that the 2 were vaping, singing, recording, and engaging in other disturbing behavior, which is super annoying when you've paid for tickets to see a Broadway show and you literally have a United States Congresswoman sitting near you acting like a teenager. Okay, so the incident report also states that after 5 minutes into the second act, security officials received an additional complaint about the 2 being loud and basically recording the show with their phone. The report quotes one of the ushers who had a pretty tough time dealing with Lauren Boebert and her male partner. They told me they would not leave, the usher said. I told them that they need to leave the theater, and if they do not, they will be trespassing. The patrons said they would not leave. I told them I would be going to get the Denver police. They said, go get them. So he did. The police were reportedly called to the venue to ensure that Boebert left as directed. But as the Congresswoman was leaving, she was seen taking a selfie. So we have a photo of that. I mean, just, what are you doing? What are you doing? This is so embarrassing for you. The fact she doesn't realize it is amazing. And then she reportedly asked the staff, quote, do you know who I am? I'm on the board. And I'll be contacting the mayor. So Waz, I've been known to partake in vaping time to time, never in the context of a Broadway show. What do you think? Do we let her go? Or am I correct in stating that like she's super embarrassing?
I think you're correct in stating she's super embarrassing. I think in my older age, things that I used to eschew as a youngin', like stuff like decorum and just sort of presenting yourself in such a way that like people should think that you're worthy of the position you hold in the goddamn United States Congress. Like, yeah, man, I think she should be behaving in such a fashion that people are like, oh yeah, hell yeah, that's a congresswoman. That makes sense. Wow, that's a dignified person. That's somebody who should be amongst the leaders of our nation. I think as I get older, I find those things to be, those ideals to be more compelling, man. When somebody like this is behaving the way that she does in public, it's no wonder that public trust and sort of affinity for our most powerful institutions are eroding. Like, it's obvious when you have clowns like this behaving like that in public.
And there's so many of them in Congress now, right? Like, Lauren Boebert is just one of them. I mean, Marjorie Greene, she's actually kind of moderated her public behavior a little bit, but not by much. And like the stunts are embarrassing, the bad behavior is embarrassing. The refusal to actually govern and legislate and instead engage in like super lowbrow stunts, super embarrassing. I can't stand it. I mean, look, and I know some people might not like what I have to say about this, but I'm sorry, it's just how I feel. Even, what was her name? Kyrsten Sinema. Like, just dress like an adult when you're in the halls of Congress. Like, I'm not like one of these people who's like, oh, your shoulders are showing, it's so inappropriate. No.
Yeah.
Like the funky outfits, like wear them when you're out with your friends. But when you're in the halls of Congress, just like have a little bit of self-respect and respect for us, the American people. Like, we don't need to see your fashion show. You get what I'm saying? So like, I'm trying to find a Democrat equivalent to Boebert and Marjorie Greene, but honestly, like that's as close as you can get. I can't really think of any Democratic congressperson, getting kicked out of a Broadway show for vaping and recording. And by the way, the incident report didn't even mention Boebert by name. However, it was confirmed that Lauren Boebert was the person who got kicked out. I mean, we saw the photos and everything. And Drew Sexton, Boebert's campaign manager, told the Denver Post that Boebert denied vaping during the show, but that she did in fact use her cell phone to take a picture of the performance. She was unaware that you're not supposed to do that, allegedly. And so John Aguilar says, I can confirm the stunning and salacious rumors. In her personal time, Congresswoman Lauren Boebert is indeed a supporter of the performing arts, gasp, and to the dismay of a select few, enthusiastically enjoyed a weekend performance of Beetlejuice. And so he wrote that in a statement. He noted that the Post review of the show last week described it as zany, outrageous, and a lusty riot. I don't know why that last part matters. I don't care about the Post review of the show, but nonetheless, he decided to include that in the statement. It's bad. It's very bad. And Lauren Boebert also confirmed it via X, formerly known as Twitter. It's true, I did thoroughly enjoy the amazing Beetlejuice, yada, yada, yada. You are embarrassing. You almost lost when you ran for re-election. Get it together. Or maybe don't get it together. Maybe we need to run you out of Colorado. Maybe that's what needs to happen. But I really hope the voters in Colorado in her district are paying close attention to her shenanigans. Super embarrassing. All right.
Yeah, and to that note, Anna, just so we can end off, traditionally the House of Representatives was known as sort of the people's chamber of the government, right? Like these were a lot of times normal everyday people, not like today where most of these people are rich, like a lot of them, if not a majority of them are millionaires. And they were seen as like these normal people, not like the Senate where it's this literally stuffy nose in it. It's literally a freaking members only club. The House of Representatives was seen as more closely aligned to the people, but I don't think we were talking about those kinds of people.
No, definitely not.
Thanks for watching The Young Turks, really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. You'll get to interact with us more. There's live chat emojis, badges. You've got emojis of me, Anna, John, JR. So those are super fun. But you also get playback of our exclusive member-only shows and specials right after they air. So all of that, all you gotta do is click that join button right underneath the video. Thank you.